Welcome to Wongamania Banana Economies instruction video. Today, we will show you a standard setup of the game and how to play it. In the box, you should find an economic cycle board, the productivity dice, the economic token, and a deck of cards. This is the basic form of the economic cycle board. In this video, we will use this side of the board. The deck of cards is called the market, which contains cards such as asset, global, incident, and professional cards. Place the economic cycle board and the market within everyone's reach. Next to the market, draw 4 cards face up. These are the breaking news. Place the insurance and trust fund cards next to the breaking news. Cards are to be drawn into your hand and played. They have a variety of effects, so read carefully before playing them. Cards with the Oops banana symbol can be played at any time, even when it's not your turn. Give each player their bank card. Players can refer to the bank card as a player aid. Give each player 3 cards face down from the market to put under their bank card. These cards are their Wonga. Then, give each player 4 cards from the market to put in their hand. These are their opportunity cards. Before the game starts, players can choose to discard any number of cards from their hand and draw a new card from the market to replace it. This can only be done once before the game starts. Players are to decide who will be the first player and last player. This game is turn-based. The first player, known as the chairperson, will get to roll the productivity dice on the start of their turn. And the last player will choose a part in the income track to set the economic token at the start of the game. Before the start of a new round, the chairperson rolls the productivity dice to determine how many steps the economic token moves in a clockwise direction. The block consists of the outer rim and inner rim. The outer rim, known as the income track, shows how much the player earns from their played asset cards. The inner rim, known as the price zone, shows the price for buying and selling assets for its section. Players are to perform 2 phases during their turn. The first phase is the payday, where players draw 2 cards from the market as their salary into their bank. Then they draw or lose cards based on the earnings or loss from the income track. The second phase is the action phase. Players can perform up to 3 actions from 6 of the following options. Players have a choice of not performing actions, and they may repeat the same action during their turn. Draw. The player draws 1 card from their bank into their hand. They cannot peek at the card. Trade. Discard 1 unwanted card from your hand and draw a random card from the market or a card from the breaking news. Cards taken from the breaking news are to be replenished from the market immediately. Play. Players can play 1 asset per play action and pay its activation cost. The cost of stocks and property may vary from the placement of the economic token. To pay for a play card, discard the required cards from your bank into the discard pile. Sell. Players can sell 1 asset per sell action. Similar to the play action, the selling price is determined by the placement of the economic token. Discard the asset to the discard pile once it is sold. Protection. Players can buy an insurance to protect themselves from insurable events. A player can only have 1 insurance player at any time. The insurance lasts for 2 rounds and will be discarded at the end of 2 rounds or after it has been used. Insurance activates automatically. Trust fund. A player can buy 1 trust fund per trust fund action. Trust funds cannot be sold or lost. Once a player has bought 3 trust funds, the game ends after the current round is completed, which is when the last player finishes their turn. To conclude the game, players tabulate their scores based on the scorecard. Unused cards in their hand are not counted towards scoring. If there is a tie, the later player in turn order wins. If after a period of time this basic board is getting too easy for you and your friends, try playing the advanced board. The gameplay is generally still the same, Just note that the income track for stocks and properties are now different, and the same goes for the buying and selling prices of those assets. And that's pretty much how to play Wongamania Banana Economy. Head over to our website to know more about the game and check out the rulebook for more advanced variations and details. Thanks for watching.